Everyone asks, how do I know when it's time to titrate up? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss journey and hopefully you'll subscribe and come along for the ride. So everyone always wants to know, how do I know when it's time to titrate up? So I'm going to talk to you about my experience, what I do, and why I have just started 7.5 today. Now, for those of you who have been on my channel for a while, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you know that I stay on each dose as long as it's working. So how that has panned out for me is that I lost 38 pounds staying on 2.5 for a while, and then I have lost the rest of my weight on 5 milligram Mounjaro. I've been on Mounjaro exclusively for about 8 months-ish. Here's what happens when your body starts to get used to the medication. And the timing for me is kind of odd, so I want to explain a few things, especially for the new people. So first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I got some lab results that were a little bit concerning, and my doctor was like, hey, we need to make some changes and then redo these labs. So after doing a lot of research, and if you want more information about that, go check out those videos. But after doing some research, I decided I was going to put myself in a weight loss stall on purpose. So I have managed to keep my weight the same, with the exception of that half a pound that I lost last week, for the last 3 weeks. Just to give my body a break in hopes that when I go back and have those labs redone, that my liver levels will be back down in a normal range, because they were just slightly over, which can be normal, right, when you're going through extreme weight loss. So there's that. In the meantime, I have been staying on top of my maintenance calories, right? Which is not the same as a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit, you lose weight. Maintenance, your weight stays the same. So I have been doing maintenance level calories, which had its own challenges in the beginning, a couple of weeks ago when I started this, and became extremely challenging this last week. So what happened this last week? I had zero appetite suppression starting the day after my shot. So that first day, appetite suppression, everything felt normal, everything felt fine. And then the very next day, which for me is Sunday, I take my injections Friday night. The very next day, zero appetite suppression. And then the food noise came back with a vengeance, and I have had to struggle with that all week long. Now, I know from my experience from going from 2.5 to 5, that when I reach this point, if I continue to push it another week, I'm just going to have zero appetite suppression, zero fullness feeling, early satiety, slow digestion, like it all just comes to a screeching halt. So I know that there is no reason for me to tough it out any further than I have. So just to kind of give it to you in perspective, so for the first 2 weeks of my self-induced stall, I was having appetite suppression up until day 5, and then day 5, day 6, day 7, right? Day 7 being the night that I take my injection. I had very little appetite suppression, just that first week. Then the second week, it went probably day 4, day 5, so appetite suppression, but then the food noise started coming back. So there was that. So appetite suppression waning, food noise coming back. And then this last week, it was just like, forget about it. Like, all I could think about was food. I was having to really stay on top of my calories. I was having to really stay on top of my portion sizing. It is a real eye-opener if you allow yourself to go through that, to really experience and remember, oh crap, this is what it was like before the medication, right? And it was a really big eye-opener for me, and it really helped me to understand why so many people gain weight back when they come off of these medications cold turkey. Because when it hits you hard like that, it can be overwhelming. Like, I'm just sitting there all day thinking about food just like I used to. And then you've got this ravenous hunger. I mean, I would literally eat and then still feel hungry. And in my mind, I'm like, I know I'm not hungry. Like, I just ate. I had plenty of protein. I got some carbs in, a little bit of fat. I'm tracking well for the day. Like, there is no reason for me to be this hungry at this time. I'm just going to have to power through until, snack time. And even then, like, eat the snack, still hungry. Eat dinner, still hungry. I went to bed and woke up hungry almost every day this week. And if there's one thing that I absolutely cannot stand, it's to go to bed hungry. It bothers me. I don't sleep well. I have a really hard time falling asleep if I'm hungry. It's just not good. And normally my fix for that is to just have a measured out 1 cup serving of my lactose-free milk. That wasn't even cutting it. Like, by the time I was ready to, fall asleep again, I'm hungry again. So it's been annoying, to say the least. But again, having been through this before, I know that it's, not going to get any better. That is one of the things that I know is frustrating to a lot of people. This medication is not the same from week to week. So even if you have an off week where you don't have as much suppression, next week may be different. But when you have multiples in a row, right, and you've been on a dosage for as long as I have, my body's getting used to it, right? And I'm just going to have to move up to the next dose. So I am interested to see how the side effects go for this dosage. A lot of people complain about going from 2.5 to 5. Again, a lot of people complain about going to 7.5, but this is also at the point where some people say that they feel like they're taking nothing. So I'm interested to see how it affects me, if the fatigue is going to come back tomorrow. For those of you who are new, fatigue and zero energy and joint pain is what happens to me like the first few days after a shot in the new dosage. So I'll be interested to see. I've already prepped my wife to let her know, hey, I'm going up in dose. So you know what that means. She's like, okay, guess we're not doing anything this weekend. Because I literally, on previous doses, like, I can't even get out of bed. It's just completely debilitating fatigue. It only lasts for a couple of days, but still, it can be pretty rough. So I will keep you updated on my transition here to 7.5, and we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. I have good results and the side effects are not too rough. So If you enjoyed this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe so that you can watch my updates as I go along. Definitely check out my other videos where I have tips and tricks that can help you on your health journey. If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. The link is in the description box below. And as always, be kind. Rewind.